Austin next. What a brilliant event. It's going to be packed full of spectators this year and I can't wait. It's always brilliant when you go to a city, and Austin literally turns itself on its head for us and you feel really welcome in that environment. The track itself is challenging. There's a long run up to turn one, which for anyone that's walked or run up it, that's tough and tricky. The second is that it does develop each year in terms of bumps and how it's really moving, because it's built on a surface that sort of develops each year. And I think from what I understand this year, just a little bit more bumpy in certain sections, which will create a challenge for teams and drivers. For Franco, another track that he's never been to before, and it's a sprint race weekend, which just adds to that element where we have to make sure we get it all right and very quickly. Positives are we've been quick all the way throughout the season, and we've still got these updates that we're working and improving with, so there's plenty more to come from the package. It can be hot, it can be cold, and that's just the brilliance of Austin. It can be really any set of conditions, but what I do know is that we've now been through that enough with this car. We can see that it's performing in all conditions, and I can't wait to see how we're getting on there.
You can send the car inside. That's what you're trying to do.
Am I going to get this back? Well, that didn't work.
Did you get like a 2-second penalty, Jet? What have you done? Have you tried the track limits to catch up? Singapore, not such a traditional Singapore in many ways. All sessions were pretty much dry.
Yeah.
The race was without any safety car, red flag. And I think we were quick.
It was, yeah. It was
I think we were quick. Both cars missed Q3 for milliseconds. I think like Alonso was P10 in Q2, and we were just, both cars could have just with millisecond been in Q3, which I think was really good for us because we haven't been really strong lately. Even last year, we were close to score points because of what happened in the race and our tyre selection, but we were not quick.
Yeah, we were looking more behind last year, last few races.
Yes, so it feels like there's a positive momentum. Franco is also another positive momentum. He had I think he had a brilliant past event, and Singapore was another one where he learned the track very quickly and he was close to Alex in terms of pace quite quickly. Formula One race weekend, he did struggle in the race. It was very warm, very humid, and he struggled a bit, but I think that's expected for rookie in Formula One, just arriving mid-season and not having time to train properly. Yeah. Austin will be interesting because sprint event, the high-speed section is very challenging, and in fairness, that's probably the first proper high-speed Franco will see in a Formula One car.
And for our car, since we've had the package.
Yes, true.
So they've all been relatively low-speed corners and 2 street circuits, and Monza at low downforce. So now it's more of a test, really, I think.
Yeah, that's a proper test for the package. Yeah, high speed would be interesting. We were probably not that strong pre-shutdown. So we'll see. We'll have 1 hour to sort the car setup and for Franco to learn the track.
Another sprint.
Yeah.
1 hour to set up and probably be windy, definitely be bumpy.
Yeah. Sector 1 in Austin is a bit like Sector 1 in Suzuka. You just have to accept you're going to be slow initially and you need to learn it. If you try to go too quick, too strong in it, you just crash.
It's a difficult one to get the line, isn't it? You're offline for one and then you're back on and so on. It takes a while to find the kind of perfect.
You rhythm and where you need to put the car. Yeah, 100%. So, yeah, that's going to be fun, I think. Shall we give it a go?
Not confident.
You're not confident? It's okay.
For the very reasons we've just said.
Yeah, let's see. If there's steering force this week, gears, front locking.
At least this is vaguely solid this week. Good. It doesn't flop down. That took forever though.
That was a good start. So into turn 1, it goes very, very uphill. You can send the car inside. That's what you're trying to do. That was a bit deep. But at the start, it's quite wide. You can see a lot of people trying to overtake. When you walk the track, it really goes up a lot. It's really interesting. And that's this high-speed section we're talking about. That is very hard to understand the timing. You can see that my friend James is probably a bit not on the timing.
It's a bit what?
I'm catching you.
I'm being steady.
Yeah, he's being steady.
Away.
Okay, I need to wake up on my braking point.
I'm so slow.
Long straight line. It used to be very bumpy. They repaved all this section up to the braking of turn 12. That wake was struggling, but I think they would grind the surface.
Turns out these type of shoes are
Hello, James.
no good.
Warning, collision with James. That's not true. We were just racing. No, FIA, thank
My
you.
foot slipped off the brake pedal.
Yeah, I saw that.
We're quite close now.
We are.
On the inside.
This is a tricky section in real life. Have to be careful nursing your tires in the race. A lot of management there. Need to have the car really well balanced, and you can go wide in 15 like I did. That's really bad, Mr. Jago. This is flat. In the race, there's some tire management, but people can take it flat. James, track limit.
Nelson. Yeah, I thought about it.
There's a lot of track limits on this track. A lot of opportunity to get lap cancelled. A few years ago, there was a bit of a fuss with track limit. Big monitored only at some point in the race.
Am I going to get this back? Well, that didn't work.
Do you get like a 2-second penalty, James? What have you done? Have you tried the track limits to catch up? Oh my God. And my best lap. Oh, okay. What have you done? 5-second penalty, James.
I just wanted to see if the last two corners were semi-flat just to make up time. Turns out they're not. It looks more like you now.
Yeah, it looks more like me. He has the little beard and everything. 1.4 seconds.
2 penalties.
2 penalties.
We're back in the United States for the second of 3 visits in this F1 season, but it's Austin's Circuit of the Americas that has become synonymous with the sport in America since its debut on the calendar back in 2012. The 5.5-kilometre track is the first in the States to be designed specifically for Formula One, and while NASCAR, IndyCar and MotoGP have all since raced here, this is a circuit that takes its influence from F1 landmarks first and foremost. Turn 1 features an incline steeper than Raidillon at Spa, while the sweeping turns 3 through 6 evoke the Maggots-Beckett's Chapel sequence of Silverstone. Turns 7 and 8 mirror the Senna S's of Interlagos, and turns 13 and 14 are modelled on Hockenheim's stadium section. Turns 16, 17 and 18 are a multi-apex sequence of corners that reflect the iconic Turn 8 at Turkey's Istanbul Park, from which point drivers will cross a DRS detection marker before 2 left-handers bring them back onto the pit straight, where the DRS activation point is located. That's the first of 2 DRS zones on this Texan track, the second of which is located on the long back straight between turns 11 and 12. Both open the door for more overtaking at a circuit that tends to invite passes anyway. Our best finish at this circuit came in 2014 when Felipe Massa came home in 4th, less than 2 seconds shy of a podium, though we're no stranger to the top step in the US Grand Prix past. As the 1980 season drew to a close at Watkins Glen in New York, it was our man Alan Jones who led Carlos Reutemann to a Williams Racing 1-2, crowning a fantastic season both for him, as he took the Drivers' Championship, and for the team, as we took the Constructors. Here's hoping for more success this weekend.